Hi there, my name's Aaron Short and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm revisiting the Emerald X20 carbon fiber guitar and also the LR Baggs HiFi Duet pickup system, as Emerald guitars are now offering this as a pickup option. I made a video on the HiFi Duet when it was released and I'll link that video below. I still feel it's a very natural sounding system as it uses a mic and a body sensor. It does reflect the natural tone of the guitar and is therefore guitar dependent, and I'll talk about that later on. I've previously said that the X20 is on the heavier side of what I like, but this one at 5 pounds and 2 ounces is fine for me actually, as most dreadnought size guitars I've gigged with are around that weight, maybe 3 ounces less or something. It's worth noting that if you order the guitar without electronics, it will be under 5 pounds, as I know some people do not plug in their acoustics. So you can save some weight and cost there, and this would make the guitar even lighter and an amazing travel instrument that you could leave in your car overnight because it's carbon fiber, although I wouldn't do that personally. Let's see what this one sounds like. I'll give you a quick playing demo of both the guitar acoustically and the pickup system as well. So straight away, I felt that this X20 sounded more impressive than the previous model that I tried. This can just be down to the individual guitar and their setups, but I'm assuming that the veneer over the top of the previous guitar and also the heavier bridge that was on that guitar could affect the way the top resonates. It's hard to be sure, but this guitar with a standard bridge and saddle and just the plain carbon top definitely sounds a little louder to me, and it resonates a little bit more as well. One thing to note is that I've found that the sound varies in the playing position because of where the sound hole is located. I like the sound when I lean slightly over the sound hole, but that's probably not good for my posture, and I can see why some guitars have a sound hole on the front and a sound port on the top of the guitar, but I do like the Emerald sound hole for other reasons. On this X20, it's very easy to access the controls in the sound hole, and also the battery pack is located in there and you can change the battery really fast through the sound hole itself. It also looks more modern as well. The unplugged sound of this X20 is on the warmer side of the scale, but in a good way, and will hopefully put an end to those that ask, does carbon fiber sound like wood? What does wood sound like anyway? To me, a guitar either sounds good or it doesn't, and this X20 sounds very good. Plugging in, I noticed immediately that the string balance was perfect. And with the previous guitar, with the Ghost and K&K system, this wasn't the case. Again, this can be down to the individual guitar or the installation. I'm just going by my experiences. I have noted that every HiFi and HiFi Duet install that I've tried so far has had excellent string balance. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the HiFi Duet is voiced for all guitars, which means that unless your guitar of choice and the Duet work in the exact way that you want them to, then you will need to apply EQ. And this is the case with most electronics in acoustic guitars. I've made a bunch of videos on acoustic guitar pickups on this channel, and I've come to the conclusion that it's usually beneficial when the guitar and pickup is made by the same company and the pickup and internal preamp are voiced together for that particular instrument. And also that some people prefer basic undersaddle pickups for an aftermarket solution because they're simple and they have a lot of attack in the sound and less low end in general, which makes them work well on stage to cut through a mix and also to resist feedback without much processing. And Emerald do offer these kind of pickup solutions as well, but to my ears they just don't sound natural enough. So my findings with the Duet and this guitar is that there is too much low end for me, but I can use EQ to remove it. And I'm going to do that now in Logic and show you how I do it. So feel free to copy these settings and use them for yourselves as a starting point. So as you can hear, there is a lot of low end build up in the direct signal. Now you may like that, but in the room, especially with the sound of the guitar coming through as well, it's just way too boomy for me. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting 200 Hertz with a Q of 0.8 at 6 dB, and I'm also doing a low cut at 130 Hertz. And you can adjust those two to taste depending on whether you want more or less bass, but for me that's where all that low end is coming from. So this is all subjective, and most acoustic guitarists have a preamp on their mixer, acoustic amp or pedal board anyway, but I just wanted to mention it here as some people like a pickup system that is quick to dial in or has more tone shaping controls. I would have liked to have seen a low cut on this pickup actually. Now I think about that, what I'm mostly doing when I use this pickup is cutting the low end. And in a very small body guitar, you wouldn't want to do that because you want the added low end. But in a big boomy guitar, you need to cut the low end. So I would like to have seen that hidden away on the controls somehow. But maybe that's for another iteration. Personally, I'm used to using pickup systems that are mounted to the guitar with lots of tone shaping controls built in. That's just how I like to work, despite using pedals as well. But I know that some people want a clean looking guitar and don't want to have holes cut into their guitars. It's all personal preference. Otherwise, the pickup is very natural, very low noise, which is great, especially if you're using in-ear monitors like I do or are recording direct at home. It will sound very natural for those applications. One feature I'd like to see added to the guitar is a rubber sound hole cover for the guitar, so that I don't hear the acoustic sound while I dial it in for the room, as the bass of the guitar itself is adding to the sound I hear in the speakers. Maybe Emerald could offer this as an accessory in the future. So that's about it. I really do like the specs on this guitar, including, as I've previously mentioned on the channel, the stainless steel frets, because I wear through frets very fast and these should last forever. Smooth contours and the stability. I've been adjusting and humidifying my wooden guitar a lot lately, and the Emerald guitar just doesn't change, which for me is a huge plus, especially for a stage instrument. Something to consider here is that you can order an X20 with the X10 neck and many other options too, including nut width and pickup options, using the Emerald Builder on their website. So thanks to Emerald Guitars for allowing me to try these again. I can see they're working really hard on this and they're very passionate about their guitars, and I really do admire that. I also see that they have a new USA-based location, so trying one of these out for yourself just got way easier if you're in America. And I encourage you to do so, and please let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you do. If you're new here, please subscribe and ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.